So it's day 56. My account's sitting at 1460, and this is after withdrawing 1,111 from BG Wealth Sharing and the DSJ exchange. So yes, it works. For those of you who are familiar with BG Wealth Sharing, then you already know. Salute. And if you're in BG Wealth Sharing, it's a link down below, or comment the word system. I'll show you the system I use that can help you grow if you choose to grow and share this with others. However, if you're not familiar with BG Wealth Sharing, it's a copy trading program, system, community that basically gives you the signals. You copy and paste those signals. Those signals give you the ability to participate in the wins and or losses that are put on by the expert. So we have an expert with a huge team of, analysts and things of that nature, and they have a high success rate. High, I mean, many people have 99% depending on how long they've been in. Mine was showing to be 98%, and over time it has the potential to either go up or down depending on how often the signals win. But BG Wealth Sharing is making trading easy because you don't have to learn and study and look at the charts multiple times all day. All you need to do is set your alarms for the exact times that we trade. Most people get 2 trades a day. You paste the trade after you copied it, and you just wait to see if it was a win or a loss. If there was a win, boom, you made money. If there was a loss, then they do a makeup trade to make up for the loss. Each and every time I've experienced a loss, there was a makeup trade. I believe I've experienced 4 losses, and each time the makeup trade pretty much made double what the loss was. So I still have not lost money. Haven't lost a dime. So that's powerful and unheard of, because most of the time it's like, if you take an L, you just, wait until the next day or whatever the case may be. You just got to deal with it, which that's a part of the game. If that was the case, then there's nothing wrong with that. You just want a higher percentage of winning than losing. But 98%, 98.24%. And I'll link down below as well the video where I went through the whole scroll of all of the wins and losses. I showed you all of the win. Showed you the loss. Showed you how that makeup trade made double. So I don't want to do that again in this video. But 98.24%. So a lot of people are searching online trying to learn how to trade, trying to figure out how to increase their success rate, which is good. But in the meantime of you learning how to trade, I think you strongly need to consider BG Wealth Sharing. If you're considering it and you want to be a part of the copy trading community, as you continue to learn how to trade, there's a link down below that can get you access and, give you an overview of how it works. You'll be able to get started through that link. You'll also be able to get my contact info. I'll be notified when you opt in. I'll be able to text and say, hey, let me know if you need any assistance, yada, yada, to where you have help, guidance. You're not just doing it by yourself. I'm a real person, etc. So if you want that, it's down there. And now you can participate in the copy trading while also learning how to trade. So that way you're still developing that skill, but at the same time, you're realizing, I have something that potentially can be making me 1.2% a day, compounded, which is pretty significant. And I say significant because I haven't met a person or encountered a person who has not doubled their money in the 60-day time frame that BG Wealth Sharing says. They say you'll double your money in 60 days. Everybody I've encountered doubled it in 60 days or less. The only way I can see a person not doubling their money is if they constantly and consistently forget to do the copy and paste. Like at that point, it would be on them. Like they didn't set their alarm multiple times. They didn't make themselves do the copy and paste trade. That's the only time I've seen. So why not give it a shot? If you have funds that you don't mind risking, I say risk because everything has risk, then why not? But 98.24%. Now here's why I think this is the case and why it's so successful. Because I'm convicted. I have conviction now. Like the confidence of BG Wealth Sharing is at a high because I was doubling my money, withdrew the money. That changed the game. And then I'm paying attention to other little details and seeing the culture, the community. There's different things that I see and I'm like, okay, we got something here. So my conviction is on a whole nother level. However, I was still intrigued on the success rate, still intrigued on how and why. And this is just my own thought process of how it's so successful and why. And, if you're in BG, of course, you're welcome to put it down below. But one of the things that I love that protects individuals, and I can see this being a strategy that traders who actually trade themselves could consider adopting, and that's only trading 1% of your money. 1%. Most people are trying to hit a home run. BG Wealth Sharing said, no, if you put 1,000 in, we're gonna only use or trade 1% of your money on those first trades. 1% of $1,000 is $10. $10. So that sounds like, how am I really make some real money if I'm only using $10 out of the 1,000 that I deposited? Well, daily compounded. It's like the penny double. It's powerful. So if the $10 is traded, and most of the time when we win, it's about 60% rate of return. That means that $10 would have made $6. Follow me. 2 trades a day. That means that $10 would have made $6 2 times a day for a total of $12. That's where 1.2% comes from. Now, many people will say in the comments it's actually 1.3. I believe that to be true, but I'd rather under-promise to you and over-deliver when you actually get in and you realize, oh, it is a little more than the 1.2%. But $6 twice a day, that's 1.2%, $12. Your $1,000 made $12 day one. And it's typically higher than that with the bonus trades, but we won't get too deep into the weeds of things. However, that next day, you don't just have $1,000. You have 1,012. So now it's trading off 1% again. And that 1% may bring in $6 and some change. So that might have made you $13 that next day. You don't just have $1,000. You just don't have $1,012. You now have $1,025. Then it trades off 1% of that for the following day. And it keeps going up until those incremental $6, $12 end up being to where you was making $12 a day. Now you're making $22 a day, $40 a day, $50. It's people who are making $1,000 a day because of their consistent win rate in trades. So trading off the 1% is a protection mechanism because it's not a huge amount. You're not looking for this home run. Then the fact that I said it's like a 60% win rate, meaning 60% rate of return, 60% rate of return allows you to get small incremental wins. You're not trying to get 100% rate of return. You're not trying to get a 200%. You're just trying to get a smidget of a return so that way you can get back in the game for the next trade. Still have enough to get back in the game for the next trade. So the fact that it's trading off a small amount, not trying to hit this huge home run, just playing off the volatility of Bitcoin because it does trade based on Bitcoin. And you have a certain time where you had to enter the trade and your money is only in the market for 60 seconds when you break down, the details. And now you benefit off of the fact that Bitcoin is volatile anyway. It swings and goes up and down anyway. We're just betting on the fact that it's going to go in the direction of the professor or, the copy trades, the signals that we receive. And 98% of the time, for me, it has. Many people might have a higher success rate than me because I've seen plenty of people show 99% and they've been in a little longer. That's amazing. That's phenomenal. Some might have 96, 90, but if it was 90 plus anything, that's a high percentage rate that I would do if I was trading. I can tell you that for sure. I did paper trading and, for one, I was trying to trade off a bigger dollar amount than 1% of the account. That's for one. And looking for bigger swings. So I might have been up 30%, 40%, this amount. I'm like, nah, it's going to go higher. It's going to go higher. Nope, it didn't. So for those of you who are learning how to trade, because I know it's like learning a whole nother language. And I salute anybody who learns to trade and understands all of the setups and things of that nature. And once you get to doing it, it becomes easy and second nature to you to the point where it's like, this is easy. Anybody can do this. Not necessarily, because everybody has to have their own experience and a level of emotional control to know what it feels like when they lose or win money. And that is a practice that a person has to develop over time. Not to even mention learning the charts and the bull flag, the bear trap and all of these things. Understanding those things within itself, I don't know if everybody is willing to do that. But I do feel any and everybody can copy and paste. Like if you can, understand the words that are coming out of my mouth intellectually, and I'm not speaking, on any level other than a grade level Communication skill is what I'm, speaking on. I'm not trying to overtalk, overhype, oversell, use, big words, things of that nature. If you can understand that, if you've been able to click this video, then you have the ability to copy and paste. So that I can say just about anybody can do of age. So why not give it a shot? Why not? But this is not a video to convince. It's just my intrigue being brought into video form saying, oh, this low percentage they're using, they're not trying to hit this home run, has allowed for many people who tune into these videos, as well as many people in BG Wealth Sharing, to win successfully at a 98+% success rate. And that's powerful within itself. And we'll continue to compound, continue to grow, continue to share it with others, and continue to pay attention, not necessarily pay attention to, but we're aware of all of the negative, the naysayers, the people that said this is not a real thing. We're aware of all of those things, but we chose to bet on ourselves and take a risk and take a chance. And this is not financial advice. This is not a guarantee of what's going to happen, but everything that I was told would happen has happened, and some. So for me right now, they're batting 1,000 because their word has been kept on many fronts. And as long as it does that, then I will continue to show up and say, hey, this is my personal experience. This is my personal experience. So I'm not telling you that this is like a guaranteed thing. This is just my personal experience. If things were to not go my way, I would also document that as I, this is how it played out. Things did this, things did that. But day 56, I got a lot of data, hours of data. And in reality, I'm actually, much further along than that, which I'll catch up here shortly. But I just wanted to point out that high success rate, and how if you're interested in trading, if you're interested in building wealth, multiplying your money, personal finance in any way, shape, form, fashion, being a part of a good culture, a good community, anything that's about moving in the forward direction from a finance standpoint with you, your family, because many of you who are watching this are probably going to be the breadwinner for your family. You're probably going to be the person who changes things for your future generation. So if not you, then who? If not you, then who? And if you want to be the one who tests this out and sees that this is something that can take you to the next level, and I'm not even talking about the incentives that come with if you decide to share it with others. I'm strictly only talking about the copy and paste trade. The incentives of sharing it with others is it's pretty significant. It's on another level because they want people to grow the network. So instead of them spending marketing dollars running ads and trying to get these big corporations and things of that nature involved, they chose to tap into the people, the individuals, to see them win, to see them succeed, to see them grow. And that is how you change the world. That's all I got. If you want to be a part of it, it's a link down below. If you're a part of BG, comment system, I paste the video and, information so you can see if you want to use that system or not. No big deal. If you already got something that's working, great. If not, this system is something you probably want to consider. But keep being a winner. 98% plus. Mr. Smith, signing out. Salute.